KUTX 98.9, Laurie Gallardo doing KUTX at home. I am at home. And look who's home kind of sort of with me. Oh my gosh, I have Sabrina Ellis and Andrew Cashen of Sweet Spirit. Thank you for joining me. Hello, hello. An applause.
It's been so long since I've heard this sound.
Applause all around. And I just recently got to hear the new album. And I got fancy pants on everybody because someone asked me, what's it called? It's called Trinidad. Or you can
Trinidad.
say, you can do it either way. And
Laurie, I love that you're fancy.
I try. Sometimes it works and sometimes it's just comedy gold. And you know what? I'm good with that as well. So no worries there. But going back to the new album, I'm excited because of the fact that I like asking about the creative process. And of course, now you've heard the word exceptional times, extraordinary times. I'm like, no kidding. Well, they happen to be very extraordinary times. And what I was going to ask you both was about working on this new album, when exactly you were working on it, and how do you feel about releasing it at this particular time? I happen to think it's a brilliant thing to do because I need all the music that I can get. Music is keeping me alive.
I forget the actual date. We did it in 3 different sessions. And we recorded a lot of music then. We hand selected the tracks specifically for this album. It kind of had a vibe together. But it was over a year ago, right?
Yeah, we started recording in 2018, in the fall of 2018.
Damn.
I have some video footage of it. That's why I remember. And also, I have memories of us playing some of these songs live as early as 2018. So for us, this was our longest process. When Sweet Spirit started at the end of 2014, we really we were ablaze and we were working really fast all of the time. And I think our year in 2017 was so busy. Andrew and I squeezed in some writing. But by the time 2018 rolled around, I think we were all kind of in this mindset of taking it a little slower. And we were lucky to have earned some money as a band to be able to spread this into 3 recording sessions. Sometimes rushing your entire recording into a week is a financial parameter rather than a decision. So we really took it slow with this one, but we didn't know that it would take us 2 years to see it physicalized and to put it into people's homes.
Yeah.
I don't think we would have started playing those songs so early, like in 2018 live, if we knew how long it was going to take, because the process usually doesn't take that long. So we were like, yeah, we'll play it now and the album will be out in 3 months or whatever. Like,
I probably would have pestered us into playing the new songs regardless, even if we knew the album was never coming out. Because, I mean, it just feels itchy to write and knowing that you're writing better stuff that people are going to enjoy. I always put a little bit of pressure on us to perform things live.
A good test
before we're
to
ready.
see if something's good or not.
It is a test. You are testing the waters. When you put it out there, you can either say, hey, this is a new song or not, but you really are. You're dipping your toe out there. You're unleashing a little bit here and there. But I also think in terms of, well, it's going to happen when it's supposed to. Call me spiritual. I don't really know why I think that way, but I do. Some albums are going to be like this, and other creations, it's going to be like 2, maybe even 3 years down the road. Either way, though, I think a Sweet Spirit fan is going to be patient and be like, yeah, bring it on. When you're ready, I'm ready. Bring it on. That's the loyalty that I see. Wouldn't you agree? I think so.
That sounds great to my ears.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm not blowing smoke. When I meet the fans at the shows, these are extraordinary shows. This is not simply a show, it's an experience. And when people tell me about a Sweet Spirit show the next day, everyone is bringing everything. This is an extraordinary occasion. So I'd like to think that, yeah, these same people are going to be like, you know what? When you're ready to release the new album, I'm going to be so ready. And hey, I was lucky. I got to hear a couple of the new songs at some of the shows.
We have one song we've been playing maybe since 2018. And it's a good feeling after the shows when someone will come up and say, hey, what was that song where the guitar was also singing the melody and you were saying, how can I get you away from your lover? And I think I remember about a year of shows of me being like, just wait for it. Just wait for it. We're going to have that out on an album eventually.
Sometimes it's a little more confusing than that. They're just like, you know, the one that goes like, ba ma ma da ba ba yeah.
You know.
Sounds weird. I just don't know what you're talking about.
I love that. I love that though. And I just see a devotion there, and I think it's awesome. And when I see that, it gets me more excited about the stuff coming up. What has the creative process been like recently? Now that we're kind of hunkered down and in, you know, our own spots. Andrew, I think you just got back into town. What has the creative process been like lately?
Difficult.
Mm.
I'm hoping it'll get kind of back to what it used to be, or something similar. But distance is hard for creativity. It puts up challenges that we've done some Zoom meetings. We've done some remote studio work. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
There's details.
How about you, Sabrina?
I'm used to working under more pressure with more time constraints. I'm used to over obligating myself and being really busy and seeing these small windows on the calendar when I can take some space and time to be creative. And I think for about the last 6 years, I've lived almost in a frustration that those aren't more times, that they're not more frequent and lasting longer. I never, of course, would have guessed that there would be an entire year of my life where I wasn't busy and calendar rolled and under pressure. I feel like I'm trying to get to know myself in a new way. And so far, I feel very awkward and standoffish with myself. I feel like kind of a stranger to myself. My old tricks aren't working. In that, I'm sure there can be some new discovery, but it's taking a lot of patience. I'm not feeling very inspired. And part of me knows that that's because of a lack of pressure.
It's almost like when you say pressure, I don't always hear a negative or a negative connotation to that. I hear this needs to be done and it's going to push you, or even that will inspire you. I know it's done that, you know, in terms of anything I do, but yeah, I feel you on that big time.
Yeah, I think the pressure, calling it pressure, does make it seem intense or negative. And like you said, that's not where I'm coming from with it. It's like pressure was almost a force, an energetic force that I was that I was used to having, almost a mood that I was used to having that I haven't had.
Yeah. All of the moods seem to be hitting all at once. And oh joy. I won't get into that. Instead, I will turn it back to the album. And yes, there are a couple of songs that you have been playing since 2018, but I would like to gather from both of you how you're feeling the direction is for this one. Sabrina, I hear you doing more vocally, and I also know both of you being these incredible, I'll just say solo artists in your own right. Both of you do extraordinary things on your own individually. What kind of direction is Trinidad going this time, you know, in terms of Sweet Spirit, in terms of your sound, in terms of your approach? What do you like about this one in particular?
I feel like it's the direction we've always kind of wanted to go in since the beginning, 2014 or whenever.
Do tell.
I mean, we've always wanted to be a pop band, and we made that very clear vocally between me and Sabrina and the rest of the band. But we didn't really come from a pop background. We came from rock and roll, punk, whatever. And so some of the songs maybe, like, I feel like if we were stripped down playing them acoustically, they'd come across as pop songs, but the way that they were produced and just our knowledge of recording and producing at the time, they came out more rock and roll. And this, just over the years of what we've learned being in a recording studio a dozen times, expanding our knowledge, the catalog of music we've gathered, listening to, and the time that we took to record it, and experimenting the sounds. I feel like it's everything we kind of wanted to be since the beginning, and I was really proud of what we did in the studio.
I'm proud of our evolution into the pop band that we had hoped to be and imagined ourselves to be. It's been a learning process for sure, like Andrew says, to learn how to even make these sounds. It's also been, I'm gonna venture to say that there's been enough societal shift around us in our context to, I think, reduce some of the testosterone that was going into our music and making it rock and roll and making it loud. And that's been a process too. It's been a process involving a lot of communication, being more vulnerable with each other as people and maturing out of our heavily testosterone fueled youth of our late 20s that we were maybe still needing to evolve out of. And I also appreciate, Laurie, you saying that I did more with my voice on this album. I think, yeah, the space in the music being a bit more subtle and having more open negative space allowed me to try some things with my voice that I've never tried before. Some of those things actually are challenging to execute live, but I also, you know, I recorded singing in those ranges with full intention of also executing those songs live. And yeah, I think for me, stripping away some of the go bold or go home testosterone fueled and youth fueled vibe allowed me to explore more subtleties in my voice. And that's been really exciting. And I want to just continue to improve as a singer throughout my life.
Right on. I'm always obsessed with the detail, even though I'm not a detail-oriented person at all, or at least I don't see myself that way. But when you say things like the subtleties, I'm like, yes, give me more, give me more. And,
I remember.
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember.
Remember.
being in the studio and listening to some of the choices and initially being like, that was a bold choice, Sabrina. and then now listening back to it, those are like some of my favorite choices. But like at the time I was like, huh, okay, we'll see if this works. Now like I listen back.
Yeah, like on one song, the song is so high and I'm saying the word desperate, but it's so high in my range that the guys in the control room were cracking up. They're like, you keep saying deperate. And I'm like, that's my word now because it's just going to be a better spot in my mouth if I don't try to use the S.
They're like, fine, I'm going to say it like that from now on. It means the same. You know what I'm talking about.
Or like the song where I decided that I wanted to do a trumpet solo with my voice, but it really just turned into me going, and I'm like, no, keep it.
It was very guttural. It was the ratcheting.
Yet again, I'm excited to hear this because to me, this is, what was it? To me, it's been the treasure hunt. Do you know what I hope I'm communicating this. It's almost like
Easter egg hunt.
Almost like an Easter egg hunt. To me, it is this kind of self-discovery where you hear it on the album. You're like, my God, you were running around with this and playing with it and having a great time. But this is still, to me, Sweet Spirit. I know that perhaps there is an evolution that's happened, but I still hear Sweet Spirit. It's true to the style. Is that what I'm thinking of? It's just this is who I am hearing, and this is them right now. So I think that's pretty badass. Deperate.
That's great to hear. I mean, I am I'm still pretty apprehensive about people going like, oh, they're trying to sell out or whatever, you know, like they're trying to change their sound to be more widely appealing. It's like, people are going to say it. I don't care, but like, yeah.
Deperate times call for deperate measures.
Yay. I'm going to use that from now on.
I'm looking at your hair, Laurie, and I'm surprised and jealous because it has more height than mine today.
Don't be fooled. I just keep doing this. That's all. I'm like, hey, and then in about 3 or 4 days, flat as the street.
Standing tall today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You both have the same move.
Like that, like, hey baby, like that.
Like a shampoo commercial.
Ladies and gentlemen, no shampoo at all. But I really, I'm done with people using easy expressions or going to easy terminology to either describe something or to find a way out. Oh, it sounds like they're trying to sell out. I'm like, that is such ancient terminology to me now, because now, and especially even going several years back, what I see are bands surviving. To me, it is not about, oh, this person got their song on a show and they've sold out. To me, it's like, oh my gosh, congratulations, you got your one track on this internationally famous television program or whatever. Well done you. Now you can use that funding to go and make your next album.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I see it.
That's what the industry has become. So.
Yeah. And again, Trinidad, this is Sweet Spirit. This is what I've been excited about and waiting for. And I want to say to both of you, congratulations. It is so badass to me. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Thank you, Laurie.
Thank you. I love you. And I don't say that lightly. My guests today, Sabrina Ellis and Andrew Cashen of Sweet Spirit. The name of the new album is Trinidad, or I'm going to get fancy again and say Trinidad. Make sure that you get it. What a fantastic release. I'm Laurie Gallardo. This is KUTX 98.9, KUTX at home.